What you doing, you other Walker nerds? I'm the AC. I'm going to talk about this latest episode of The Walking Dead of Season 10, Episode 13, The Tower, which I guess is an okay name. But I'm going to start with the part I was looking forward to most, which is seeing what Eugene, Ezekiel, and Yumiko are up to, and this new character we see, whose name is Princess. She's kind of crazy, or just very misunderstood, maybe lonely. Apparently, she's been by herself for this past year. She's the one who put up all these displays of zombies to try to make the city feel more alive, more active. But yeah, she she wants to be helpful, but she kind of just keeps making things worse. So like she tries to shoot some zombies, or their horses end up running away. She says she can lead them to another place with transportation. They kind of just end up in a minefield where they find one of the horses' heads, and eventually they get through it all. They get to a garage of bicycles. So yeah, I guess technically they're faster than walking, but she's kind of just a little loony. She seems to be like have her heart in the right place. But yeah, I mean, Yumiko is kind of like she's either selfish or crazy, and being alone this long can mess up your mind. So yeah, I'm not exactly mean to keep saying she's crazy. I just don't have another word for it. I'm just gonna say loony. But it turns out she was kind of just leading them around. And Eugene is like, okay, I understand this because he had this whole trip of, convincing Abraham and Rosita, and then eventually the rest of the gang to go to Virginia in the first place because he said that's where he could help find a cure, blah, 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 whatever. Seasons and seasons ago. The only other thing is one little joke about Princess saying why she doesn't call herself Queen is because it'll make her feel old. And then when Ezekiel introduces himself, he leaves out the fact that he called himself King. Just a quick little quip, but it was funny enough. But yeah, that's it. So they're on bicycles, I guess, trying to still get to Eugene's rendezvous. So we'll get to see what goes on with that. Princess is apparently tagging along too, so she won't be alone anymore. But I don't know, we'll see if they make it. That's kind of all that happens. It's more of just getting used to Princess's character. It was weird. At first it was kind of annoying, but then as she kind of, I don't know, realized that she was messing up, she kind of calmed down, so that she might grow on people as a character. Now, on to where all the actual danger is in this show. Beta. He has a new horde, or maybe it's just more of a horde. I don't know when Alpha attacked the first time she used her entire horde. So maybe Beta just found more in that weird town and just added to the rest of the horde. I don't know. But he just ends up strolling into Alexandria to find it abandoned. Except for Aaron and Alden, who are up spying on him. So, Beta kind of looks around Alexandria, decides to go to Oceanside instead. Apparently he's hearing voices of Alpha through the half of her face mask that he has. And I don't know if he's psychic or what, but it seems to be giving him some good information. So he's on his way to Oceanside, Aaron Alden following close behind, and it looks like they might get trapped. Alden and Aaron get surrounded by some whisperers. Doesn't really show what happens in this episode to them, but it shows in the preview that they get out. It's okay. Sometimes previews suck. They ruin the what's going to happen, and then the preview's like, oh okay, never mind. But Beta somehow gets this little psychic ability to figure out where everyone went. Somehow they end up right where the group is hiding, which is some kind of big tower, hence the name of the episode. I don't know when they found this, how they found it. Maybe they've already had it. and they just been keeping it in reserves. But yeah, everyone's hanging out here. I guess Oceanside has also came, because they mentioned Oceanside a few times, but I never see anybody I actually recognize. But yeah, it looks like the gang's all here. They have a plan that they haven't stated yet. But at the same time, Daryl's out patrolling. Eventually, Judith goes and joins him. She's kind of learning the lay of the land. Daryl's, teaching her kind of tracking and hunting and surveillance. But there's also a moment Judith has to face the reality of, I guess, a war. She accidentally killed someone during the whole first attack, but now she has to watch Daryl actually kill someone right in front of her. And like, hey, shit happens. It's an apocalypse, people die, and especially enemies. You kill them or they could kill you. But it's interesting too because this Whisperer was actually running away. It ran away because Beta's losing it, but still using like her Whisperer way to like keep zombies around, still wearing the mask. So it's a weird kind of thing going on. It's like you could try to rehabilitate, try to get them over on your side, but you see even when they run away and they're still using zombies, like all the other Whisperers are, it's like maybe kind of hard. We got to see it with Mary, so yeah, maybe Judith has a point, and Judith might be like the new voice of the group, which I hate when kids are the like, hey, maybe we should be better people. Nah, I hate that. Nobody listens to fucking kids. They don't know anything. They don't know reality. Shut up. Okay. Anyways, so that happens. Eventually they get a little call that Beta's found them. Still don't know how, but they scurry on back. Other people out journeying is Carol. I don't know what her and Kelly were actually doing, but for some reason they're out and about. Apparently Carol's a legend. Kelly tells her that she's heard story about what old Carol would do. She would do the things that no one else would do, and she would lone wolf it. And yeah, Carol's a badass. We all know this. It's nothing new. But it was cool to be like, yeah, everyone's heard the stories of Carol. Carol's this legend. Carol might be more of a legend as Daryl, or maybe on the same level. But now Daryl's been with the group more, and then Carol's been away more. So it might be a different dynamic now. It's a kind of interesting thing to see that Carol and Daryl have kind of switched places as far as like Daryl being more of a leader in the group, being more involved with other people, whereas when you see him after this time's up, he's the one that's been alone, and Carol's been like a queen of these people, at least in the kingdom. So yeah, it's been a whole switcheroo of personalities and character dynamics. It's really interesting to see. I didn't realize that until now, until Kelly brings this up to Carol. It's really cool. So, the only other thing is Judith finally tells Daryl about Michonne. So this kind of puts it into perspective of what happened with Michonne and when. I was trying to figure that out. I was like, did Judith talk to Michonne after all the Whisper stuff was done? Or was it right after the fire stuff? And Judith reveals it was right after the fire. He doesn't tell Daryl that Michonne went to go looking for Rick because she's afraid he's going to leave too. She sheds a tear, blah, 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 cheesy, blah, blah, corny stuff. Anyways, yeah, she just tells him she went to go help people. Which, I don't think that's what... I guess Judith was just twisting words a bit. But, yeah. So, they know Michonne's gone now. And it's kind of weird. I don't know. So, it still bugs me that they did the whole thing with Michonne. But it also bugs me that this is the last episode until the season finale, which we don't get until later in the year. It's weird, because even in the description of the episode, at least on my TV, it says season finale, and this is like a bonus episode later. I don't know, it's weird, because there's no finality to it. It kind of is. I know, it's weird. Okay, what would have been cool though is if you watch Talking Dead, you know they give you like a sneak peek to the next episode, and they show Gabriel talking to the kids, and he's like, well, hand, fist, blah blah. And he's like, the thumb represents all the people that's not here. That would be a cool way to end the episode. And like, Walking Dead's not afraid to do cliffhangers. If you watch the show at all, you should know that. But I thought that would be a cooler way to end the episode rather than start the next episode. But it does, the cool thing that does show is Maggie's coming back. So that's going to be pretty cool to see. Mainly just to see what she's been doing this whole time. And if she's actually, if it's worth her being gone anyways. Or if it was just casting thing that she's been gone for a while for some reason. I don't know. But there's more fighters that may appear. They show Virgil a little bit, so maybe he will try to show back up. I don't know what his deal is. And they also show some cool looking guy with some commas, 2 like scythe weapons. So that's going to be cool to see. But we won't get to see it for a while. I don't know when. They delayed it. It sucks. We don't get a real season finale. I don't know, it's just kind of disappointing overall. But, I mean, times like these, what are you going to do? But what do you think? Have you watched this episode? Are you excited for the season finale that we all have to wait for? Let me know. Say something about it. Let's talk zombies, walkers, dead, whatever. But if you like what I say, go ahead and like this video. If you want to see me talk more about Walking Dead whenever that happens, if any more happens, I really don't know what they plan on doing. So I don't know where I'm going to go from here with all the Walking Dead stuff. But subscribe to my channel, you can see when all that happens. But until that does happen, I'm the AC. Thank you for watching, and bye.